you guys very much for joining us Sunday afternoon. We're going to be talking about using shipping container for homes and buildings and all this nice stuff. My name is Bill Taha. I'm president of Precision Structural Engineering. Also, I was a former professor of civil engineering at OIT, Oregon Institute of Technology. We know that when we start something new, our industry will use the world and we have global warming. Whether you believe or not, it does happen when you start producing like cement and the steel from scratch. You produce a lot of bad gases. Also in wood construction, wood homes, there is mold problem these days because the quality of wood is not very good. It has more sugar. So be careful that mold issue could be bad to your health. The material I'm going to share with you is renewable, recyclable for sure, and it is bug-proof. Termite don't like the taste of the steel, and it's way better than the quality of wood. On top of that, it is fireproof. So you have all these advantages. Look at this subdivision here, and you see if one house caught on fire, unfortunately, sometimes the rest of the neighborhood or the block is gone. We need to make the green, and if you're sold on the green, we need to do the 3 R's, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Actually, we're going to be reusing and recycling right now by using cargo containers. I'm going to start talking about right now about recycled steel. And as you see, we have a lot of all the cars, train cars, refrigerator, all the things, we have it, and we can repurpose it to use it for new construction. By all means, I don't mean reuse, do like this guy here. What I mean is we can melt the steel, have coils, and from the coil we can have studs and joists and the process from a machine that could fit in your garage. That does not need really big equipment because it's cold form steel. From this coil to this studs and the process, it's a small machine that can fit in your garage. Here is a steel house in Mitford. You see the advantages of fireproof, and it has fire in the garage, and you can see that there is a local damage in the garage, but it does not spread to the rest of the house. It is the rest of the house after the fire. The garage was destroyed, the rest of the house is still there. No problem. Compare that to a wood house. This wood house it's a block away, by the way, from the other one, and the one fire in the kitchen, and you can see that the entire house is destroyed. So if you'd like really to protect yourself against fire, don't depend on the fire department, depend on non-combustible material, because the fire department come to save you, not the house. Not necessarily, I mean, if they can, they would, but mainly you. Here is a 52 units apartment complex in Los Angeles, all like this steel, all non-combustible, and it's working wonderful. I want you to imagine if one person did bad thing in this 52 units. Let's say they had a fire, most likely the entire building will go, but not with like this steel. You usually have a local damage rather than the entire damage. Here's a nice home from like this steel. It's non-combustible, and termite don't like the taste of it. Even Uncle Sam now start to do it. Here is the Clayton Lake Advisor Center. It's made from light gauge steel. The next topic we're going to talk about now, which is the most important to be honest with you, is cargo containers, or some people say shipping container, freight container. This container is container. So as you can see, we import a lot of goods from different countries, and unfortunately we do not export equal amount. The result is we have a lot of shipping container in our harbor here in the state, and we could let it be wasted, rusted, or we can give it a second life and use it for construction. Remember the 3 R, reduce, and then reuse, recycle. We're gonna reuse right now. I'm gonna share with you beautiful homes. Again, reuse, I don't mean this way. He has a chimney still. Remember? He has a chimney still. Here is a 80-story tower in Germany. and you can go upstairs and see the city and have a cup of coffee. What I'm saying is, it is stacked 9 or 10, 8 or 9 on the ships, and it rock with the ship. So they tell us that the shipping container really are very strong, very, very strong. We can do a lot of shipping container. As you can see, this one is for commercial, and one of the sides made as a canopy and the doors, and you can use them for a lot of purposes. You can use them for additional housing for your in-laws in the backyard. You can have it for your teens. If you're sick and tired of your teens like myself, you can use them for coffee shops. You can see a lot of them. You can use them for a lot of things. You can cut and shape and do it. I got to be honest with you though, when you start cutting and the shipping container, it loses its huge strength. The strength is reduced. That's why you need to talk to one of the engineers like myself to model it on the computer and make sure that you are safe. What's your name, sir?
Jim.
Jim is laughed because he knows if you talk to me, I'm going to charge you, which is true. That is true. So anyway, you can cut and shape, as you can see, and you can use it for tons of purposes. It is strong and it's beautiful. In addition to the in-laws and the teenager, you can have it a new kitchen. You can have additional kitchen space. You can have it as additional space, bedrooms for your home, or additional bathroom. I mean, it could be used a lot. One of the advantages of shipping container, guys, it could be done in a shop and moved to your house ready to go, rather than putting up with the electrician and the plumber and all these things that drive us nuts sometimes. This one could be manufactured and moved to your site. If your wife's sick and tired of you, like it does with me, you can have your man cave. You go there instead of getting in trouble. So here you go. It could be an office as well. It could be vacation home if you want to. Again, prefabricated, move to the site. Coffee shops, storage. It's really multi-purposes. It's wonderful structure that you can do a lot of it. Now, many people put the shipping containers side by side and build a home like you can see here with wood trusses. You can put some insulation outside. Or this house from Bob Vila on TV, it has certain coating on it. Can you tell this house is made for a shipping container? You can hide it if you want to, but you get the strength of it. Or you could have it exposed, and I'm going to share with you. Here is my favorite way of using shipping container, guys, for housing. You can put some on the right, leave a space about 20 or 30 feet, and put another one and cover it with wood trusses. That gives you in between a lot of space as a living space. This is the most efficient way. I'm going to show you more example, guys. Here is an office and shop in Medford, where we have 2 shipping containers on this side, 2 on the other side, and wood trusses in the top, and it works just great. So we have a lot of examples. Here is the same building again. You can see the 2 shipping containers on one side, 2-story container on the other side. Wood trusses give you beautiful, huge living space. Here is another example of one in Ply, when we have a shipping container 40 foot. We went 25 foot with another one, and the owner chose to use that metal curved structure on the top of it. You can give him hunting equipment and also staying during hunting season. Why he chose the shipping container? Because shipping container is very strong. He doesn't have to worry about thieves and somebody stealing his stuff. Well, of course the real one will do it, but at least will slow down the primitive like myself. Here is the one for the military, where we have office and shop space. 2 stack, and that fabric structure on the top of them give them very nice shop with offices as well. There is another shop on 97 here in Crescent, Oregon, and you can see 2 stacks, and in this case steel trusses as a shop for one contractor. Here's, as you can see, all the roof done in the ground and just lifted up really, really fast. Can the container support the trusses? Heck yes. It is very strong. It just need to be checked. Everything you want to do is just to check with some professional, so make sure that you are safe. What's good about that project, guys, even the concrete foundation, we did not pour concrete foundation. We used recycled blocks of concrete. So the building really, Jim, was very good green-wise. The shipping container was recycled, shipping container. The foundation was recycled concrete blocks, and the truss was all the steel as well. So it was really, really good. Using the shipping container for residential is not new. People were doing it across the nation and all over the world, by the way. Here is a two-story house made from 5 containers. Was shot on the West Coast Green in San Jose a few years back, and you can see 5 containers. But look at the beautiful. In this case, they choose to cover the shipping container, so you really cannot tell. So what is the advantage of this one? The advantage of this one, number one, is modular. It was done in a shop, and it was in LA area. You don't want to have construction material and close the street in LA. You don't want to do that. So you do it in the shop, you transport it, and you can install it in a day or two. So it's very good for the, downtown big cities. You don't have a space to store your material. And of course, it is reused and recycled as well. It has the living space was 24 foot wide, because we can knock off the walls of the shipping container and make them bigger. So you can have your living room 2 container wide, or 3 or 4 or 5, whatever you want, because we do remove the walls from the shipping containers. That particular house was 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and even balcony. Did you see that nice balcony? There is no backyard over there. It's not like Oregon, big land. It is a tight space, and their backyard is their balcony. Here is a 5 container up billboard for Adidas. We did it in New York. Here is the Las Vegas container park. Anybody who's in Las Vegas, guys? Yes, no? Yes, sir. Your niece?
She lives there.
She lived there. She must have seen the container park.
I hope so.
It is in the oldest strip, though. It's very beautiful container park. Here's Habanero restaurant made from shipping container. That's the chain restaurant. This is Ohio Stadium Plaza. We are doing it really from Ohio. Came to us all the way here in Klamath Falls, Oregon, because we designed a lot of green building here, and it's about over 100 containers. The plaza for the stadium for ticketing and the cafeteria and a lot of other.
Which city was it?
That is
Columbus?
Ohio.
Columbus?
Optus?
Columbus?
Probably. I'm not sure, to be honest, about the city.
That's the bigger, one of the bigger
That's a
cities.
bigger, yes. The name Optus is I don't know where exactly. O-B-T-E-Z. But if you drop me a line, I'll share with you exactly what it is. Here's another view of it. If you are in an area that doesn't need really insulation too much, tropical area, Hawaii or something, people use the shipping container and color it, and it looks great. We did one here in Eugene when we put the insulation inside. So from outside you see it. Also, there is another project in Talent, Oregon that does have the shipping container. You see it as is, which is just fine. Looks good. Looks good. There's nothing wrong with it. But you can color it, and they make circular windows and all this such stuff. Insulation. Guys, you can both rigid insulation on the outside or inside, as a matter of fact, or you can use the spray insulation on the outside or the inside. Your choice. If you are in an area like Oregon that you need insulation. Yes, sir.
So I'm picturing steel framing, you know, the container.
The container,
And-
yeah, as is. We don't add to it unless we cut.
But it's going to conduct cold a lot, isn't it?
Yes.
And hold the cold a lot.
Only if it's exposed and you don't have insulation. If you have insulation inside, then you are insulated from the heat or the coolness that has it.
So the metal.
It's the inside. If you have it on the outside, then the heat and the cool from outside will not reach it because you have insulation on the outside. So either way, you win.
Okay, great.
You win either way.
All right.
Condensation. Condensation does happen under certain temperature change between inside and outside. And if you're aware of the two, you can handle it. Condensation could happen in the wood house as well. It's happening everywhere. But if you have the proper insulation and the proper ventilation, it does not happen. I mean, it's just an issue that you have to tackle it. Be aware of it and handle it. So, but it's a good point. All right. Here is the guys that energy conservation installation. This guy in Bend, Oregon, and he does provide spring installation.
Lucy Hall, Louisville Frank Park.
If you'd like also to look at the internet, Bob Vila. Anybody know Bob Vila, the famous guy?
Oh,
Television guy? Yes. Go search him, and he has also very nice videos about the homes from shipping container.
Are you the contractor for some of these constructions?
I am the engineer. I do the engineering part of it. So I make the plan for it. Because shipping container, guys, is not in the building code. So if you try to do it with the building department, they will say no, we'll just stumble from an engineer. So I'm the guy who will help you to get a building permit and help you to be safe in your home. If you guys would like to learn more about shipping container, that book, very nice book that made for the lay person. This guy here, International Shipping Container, small building, small steel building by Paul Sawyer. I'm sorry, Paul Sawyer. It is really very nice and have information that you can relate to. It doesn't have the nerdy stuff I have to deal with. The cost of shipping container, guys, usually about $3,000 to $6,000. $3,000 to $6,000 or $5,000 based on how good it is. And again, you can stack it 8 or 9, so we can build a 2 or 3 story home from you. We're currently working on a 4-story building in Washington, and we are building the Ohio Stadium 3 stories.
Do you care whether it's rusty or whether it's clean? Do you care? In the construction?
Most of the stuff that's left in the air will be somehow rusted. But as long as the rust is not going to all the way through, we can take care of it. I mean, of course, you can clean it, remove the rust, and repaint it and all of that. But most of them come also with anti-rust. So my guess is the amount of rust will not be too much because it's already have anti-rust stuff. Yeah. For the ocean. Of course. So I shared with you 8 times the stack, but please don't do a mess like this one. This a mess. This is not a safe situation. So let's do it the right way so you can be safe in your home. All right. That concludes, guys, my talking about shipping container. We do have free consultation. If you contact me, I can give you 15-minute consultation for free. After that, of course, we have to invoice you. That will conclude the shipping container webinar seminar. If you missed yesterday cup construction, I have it. If anybody interested for to continue with cup construction, or we are done. If you are here for shipping container only, we are done with cargo container design. If you'd like to see, if you missed yesterday about earthen building, like cup building and Adobe, please stay. I can give it to you today. Any question about cargo container, guys? Anybody would like to stay for a cup presentation? Adobe.
We saw that yesterday.
You saw that yesterday?
That was good. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
I like that.
Good. Thanks.